All right, this is McGinnis Class Demonstrations, and today we're going to be doing the Salt Art project. Let's get started. So I'm going to be putting my sand art piece on this piece of paper. And again, I'm getting total bleed out, so I'm going to turn off my light here. And to transfer a simple graphic design to it, I happen to have a printout of this letter M. So this trick, the carbon copy transfer trick, is so valuable. And you just rub the back of a graphical image with a coating of pencil lead. And you either hold it really still on the piece of paper where you want to transfer the M, or else tape it in place and then trace the contours. Thank you, ArtCast. I'm just going to do the inner surface of this M. And then the outer line. Okay, that should be everything. We looked it up. Got a pretty decent carbon copy. That's my light gonna help. Nope. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is darken in this shadow because I don't want to do the whole thing sand or salt. Sorry, I want to leave some of it black, namely what is black in the original. So I'm actually going to go ahead and blacken that in now. Okay. So that's a pretty true to the original reproduction. So I'm going to turn my light on again. All right, then we're going to apply the glue. Now, what I learned from doing this before is that you actually do not want to put the glue on very thick at all. Just enough to get a single layer of salt put down. So I'm going to use this glue bottle and give myself a light coating of glue only in the white areas where I'm going to lay down salt. All right. So now my M is all glued. And now I'm going to salt it. So I had some table salt here, but I gave it all to my wife. So now I'm trying to use kosher salt that I crushed in a pestle. Let's see how this works. So I'm going to make sure I had enough salt to cover everything, and now I can kind of pile it on there to make sure I get fine crystals in between the bigger ones. All right, so now to recycle the salt, I'm going to have to just pop it off. And then recycle by using a creased piece of paper with a fold down the middle and let that salt slide back into the cup. Now I got to let this dry for a little while. All right, now that our salt is dry, we can paint it. Now I'm going to be using some glitter watercolor. If you don't have paint, putting some food coloring in water, a little bit of food coloring and a little bit of water will do just fine. So let's go ahead and paint this. Now the magical thing about the salt is that it's going to absorb that pigment pretty readily. Let's add a little red. I love that bleeding effect. Now some orange. Just bleeds right into that. And if you don't have those secondary colors, the orange, green, and purple, you know how to mix them. For food coloring, it'll be 2 drops of yellow, 3 drops of yellow even, 1 drop of red. Give you a nice orange. For green, 3 drops of yellow, 1 drop of blue. And for the purple, an even mix of red and blue. Actually, a little more blue, maybe 3 drops of blue, 2 drops of red. Will give you a nice purple out of the food coloring. All right, next a little green. And now to our blue. And lastly, some purple. Let's see if any light will lend some. Cool. So that's how you make a salt painted letter or any other kind of salt art. You can do this with any graphical image.